Jane and Anne aren't overweight. No, Jane and Anne overweight? No, Jane and Anne aren't overweight. Are they slim? Yes, they're slim. Are they slim or overweight? They're slim. 2 years ago, were they slim? No, they weren't slim 2 years ago. 2 years ago, were they slim or overweight? 2 years ago, they were overweight. Um, Are they still overweight now? No, they aren't. Now they are no longer overweight. Did they used to be overweight? Yes, that's correct. They used to be overweight. When were they overweight? 2 years ago, they were overweight. 2 years ago, were Jane and Anne both overweight? Yes, that's correct. 2 years ago, Jane and Anne were both overweight. Were they equally overweight? No, they weren't equally overweight. One of them was more overweight than the other. Was Anne more overweight than Jane? No, Anne wasn't more overweight than Jane. No, Anne wasn't more overweight than Jane. Who was more overweight than the other? Jane was more overweight than Anne. Was Jane a little overweight or very overweight? Well, Jane was very overweight. What about Anne? Was Anne a little overweight or very overweight? Anne was a little overweight. Tell me again, who was more overweight than the other? Well, Jane was more overweight than Anne. Is Jane still overweight? No, Jane is no longer overweight. Is Anne still overweight? No, Anne is no longer overweight. Were Jane and Anne overweight? Yes, Jane and Anne was. Jane and Anne used to be overweight? Yes, Jane and Anne used to be overweight. When were they overweight? 2 years ago, they were overweight. How overweight were they? Well, Jane was very overweight and Anne was a little overweight. When Kate and Tom were little, did they think Superman was real? No, they didn't think Superman was real when they were little. When they were little, who did they think was real? When they were little, they thought Santa Claus was real. Did they think ghosts were real? No, they didn't think ghosts were real. Who did they think was real? They thought Santa Claus was real. When Tom was a boy, he had a friend named, and did he have a friend named Nick? Yes, that's correct. When Tom was a boy, he had a friend named Nick. What did Nick tell him one day? One day, Nick told him that Santa Claus wasn't real. Did Nick tell him Superman was real? No, Nick didn't tell him Superman wasn't real. Did Nick tell him that ghost wasn't real? No, Nick didn't tell him that ghost wasn't real. What did Nick tell him? Nick told him that Santa Claus wasn't real. When Tom realized Santa Claus wasn't real, did he feel angry? No, that's not how he felt. When Tom realized Santa Claus wasn't real, he didn't feel angry. Did he feel embarrassed? No, he didn't feel embarrassed. How did he feel? He felt surprised and sad at the same time. Who was surprised and sad? It was Tom. Tom was surprised and sad. When Tom got home that day, what did he do? When Tom got home that day, he told Kay that Santa Claus didn't actually exist. Did he tell Kay that their parents were sick? No, he didn't tell Kay that their parents were sick. Did he tell Kay that ghosts didn't actually exist? No, he didn't tell Kay that ghosts didn't actually exist. What did he tell Kay? He told Kay that Santa Claus didn't actually exist. When Kay realized Santa Claus Didn't exist. Did she laugh? No, she didn't laugh when she realized Santa Claus didn't actually exist. What happened when she realized Santa Claus didn't exist? When she realized Santa Claus didn't actually exist, she cried for almost an hour. Did she cry for just a few minutes? No, she didn't cry for just a few minutes. How long did she cry? She cried for almost an hour. Was it Tom who cried for almost an hour? No, no. It wasn't Tom who cried for almost an hour. Who cried for almost an hour? It's Kay. It was Kay. Kay cried for almost an hour. Grace and Emma. Do Grace and Emma have pets? Yes, Grace and Emma have pets. Are their pets dogs? No, they're pets on dogs. Are their pets cats? No, they're pets on cats. What kind of animals are their pets? Their pets are spiders. How many spiders do they have? They have 3 spiders. Did they think their spiders were scary? No, they didn't think their spiders were scary. What did they think about their spiders? What did they think about their spiders? Well, they thought their spiders were cute. When Grace and Emma were young, were they afraid of birds? No, they weren't afraid of birds when they were young. Were they afraid of dogs? No, they weren't afraid of dogs. What were they afraid of? They were afraid of spiders when they were young. Did they think spiders were cute? No, they didn't think spiders were cute when they were young. Did they think spiders were interesting? No, they didn't think spiders in the cartoon were interesting. What do you think about spiders? They thought spiders were really scary. Who thought spiders were really scary? Grace and Emma thought spiders were really scary. One day, Grace and Emma watched the cartoon. One day, did Grace and Emma watch the cartoon? Yes, they did. One day, Grace and Emma watched the cartoon. Was the cartoon about dogs? No, the cartoon wasn't about dogs. Was the cartoon about cats? No, the cartoon wasn't about cats either. What was the cartoon about? The cartoon wasn't about spiders. Were spiders in the cartoon? Were there spiders in the cartoon? Yes, there were spiders in the cartoon. While watching the cartoon, did they feel bored? No, they didn't feel bored while watching the cartoon. Was the cartoon boring? No, the cartoon wasn't boring. Was the cartoon funny? Yes, the cartoon funny. Were spiders in the cartoon scary? No, spiders in the cartoon were scary. Spiders in the cartoon Were spiders in the cartoon cute? Yes, spiders in the cartoon were cute. After they watched the cartoon, were they afraid of spiders? Yes, that's correct. Before they watched the cartoon, they were afraid of spiders. What happened after they watched the cartoon? After they watched the cartoon, their fear of spiders was completely gone. After they watched the cartoon, were they afraid of spiders? No. After they watched the cartoon, were they still afraid of spiders? No, they were. After they watched the cartoon, they were no longer afraid of spiders. Their fear of spiders completely did. Their did Did their spiders their fear of spiders mm, did their fear of spiders mm, completely gone? Yes, that's correct. Their fear of spiders completely gone.